You're listening to the Contented Catcast from St. Claus Academy with Lisa Sinnott. Email stclausacademy@gmail.com.
I'm delighted to be here with Gaëlle Anne Fouéré today. Gaëlle Anne Fouéré is currently studying feline behaviour with a view to becoming a consultant in this field, but this will in fact be her third career. She began as a journalist, notably at the newspaper Le Monde in Paris, where she covered education news. She then joined the United Nations, where she worked successfully at the WHO, UN Women, and MONUSCO, the UN peacekeeping mission in the DRC. She held positions as an editor and translator in English, French, and Arabic. Gaëlle has lived in France, Egypt, Turkey, Switzerland, and the DRC. She's currently based in Dublin, Ireland, where she's working with the Irish Presidency of the Council of the European Union. She shares her life with her beloved cat, Caramel. Oh. Thank you so much for joining me today, Gaëlle.
Thank you for your invitation. I am so happy, so glad to be here talking about cats.
Brilliant. How old's Caramel?
I adopted him, so his age is not very precise, but something like 4 or 5 years.
Could you tell me a bit about how your course is going? I know obviously we're talking today about an important topic of whether our cats need feline friends, if they need a companion.
I'm studying with two schools. One is a British one, Compass, Education and Training. There are basically 3 levels to become cat behaviorist, and I'm finishing the first of the 3 ones. And just before I finished a training with a Canadian organization, Educateur, it's French-speaking region of Canada. This organization was a kind of a pioneer in feline behaviors in Canada, so I'm just finishing with them. Yeah, I'm combining two trainings because both are complementary to each other, because the curriculum is quite different.
That's brilliant.
Very interesting field. Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about whether cats need a friend or not?
I think what I've learned is that it's a common misconception about cats. I mean, it's many people think that if they work outside the whole day and they have only one cat, the cat is alone at home, it will get bored. So that would be a good idea, as we do for humans, to have friends. The idea for many people is that if the cat stays alone at home the whole day, that would be a good idea to bring another cat to home so that they can stay together and enjoy their life at home when no humans. But actually, that's not true. It can create many problems because cats, fundamentally, they are not done to live with other cats. In the wild, cats are solitary animals. They live alone, so they don't know. So they don't get bored when they are alone. It's just fine to them. And in our homes, domestic cats still behave like in the wild. I mean, from a genetical point of view, they are still very similar to their ancestors, the wild cat from Africa and the Middle East. Even though we have the feeling that they are domestic cats, they are pets, they are used to our homes, and that's true, but they will behave as their ancestors. So they do not need to have companions and other cats close to them.
I think you've given a really great, example of their ethology and what we think versus what they need. Like you said, we can feel lonely and we want friendships and family and things.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, these are human feelings. It is totally normal that we think that if we need friends, our cats will need friends. But actually, no, it can have many implications if you bring other cats to home. I wouldn't say that it will always fail, but the idea is that you are never sure.
And I think it's really important, like if you are going to do that, to make sure you've got a real structured introduction protocol rather than just putting them together and hoping they'll get on. The strongest bonds, which can still break because the bonds between cats are sensitive, are cats that are siblings and grown up together as kittens. It makes me sad when, you know, people's got an older cat, like a super senior cat, and then they think, oh, because their sister or brother has passed away, that they should get a kitten. And that's a bit like giving a toddler to granddad when he's got arthritis and the toddler's, you know, pulling his hair and running round. And imagine an older cat's got that negative bias because they're probably sore and in pain, and the last thing they're going to want is a little kitten as a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what is advised if really people think that they would enjoy having several cats at home, is to adopt siblings, but when they are really still kittens, and to choose siblings that stay together. So it's a better idea if you really want several cats to start building their territory around this idea that they are several cats at home. They know each other since the beginning. But bringing cats one by one, it's always a threat because territory is something that is very important. They will see any arrival of another cat as a threat to their territory, and on their territory, they have food, they have places to sleep, they have places to hide. They have belongings, they have resources. So they see any new arrival as a threat to their resources. Any new cat at home will be then something that will bring stress.
What do you think about cats being fed next to each other?
It's a better assurance that you will have chances to have cats getting along their whole life. But even it's not sure, because when they become adults, they will be very independent from each other, even if they are siblings.
Yeah, I often see pictures of kind of cats eating next to each other on social media. And obviously what you said about cats being solitary species and hunting alone and eating alone, that always makes me go, oh, because they're not, even if they're not, you know, crying out or they're not hissing and batting each other, it doesn't mean that they're comfortable kind of eating next to each other, does it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is recommended to have separate places to eat for each cat.
Yeah.
So that each cat can eat alone and feel secure.
What kind of problems have you learned about or dealt with when someone's brought in a new cat?
First, they will tend to protect their resources, so to have them getting used to each other from different places, smelling the scent of the other cat from far. So at the beginning, putting them in different rooms is better, and having them getting used to each other through a baby gate that you can put in the door, and so they can see each other from one room to another, but from far and without any real contact. And then step by step, you have them having food and having their lunch, for example, from each side of the baby gate, so that they get used to eat and have positive feelings when the other cat is close to them. Because food is something that is reassuring for cats. So when they eat, they feel better. If another cat is close to them when they start eating, they will associate those feelings. But when the other cat is close, he will get used to the idea that it's something that is a happy time for him. So having them eating close from each other, first in different rooms, but getting them close to each other step by step, it can help them getting used to each other
There's a big debate about it because I've heard that lots as well. But I went to a webinar the other day and there was a vet on there and she said she never ever uses food with the cats, which was interesting. Because people do different things. But she was saying because they're solitary, she doesn't use food so they don't see each other. She might use a treat against like a really tall barrier between the doors that they can't jump over to get them away from each other if they're noticing any signs of worry. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, there are several methods, but the most important is it has to be gradual and not to have them together from the first day. You have several methods, but that just for them to get used step by step to the other cat. You can use food, you can use treats only, but it has to be gradual.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's the most important point. Absolutely. Something I know I've only not that long known about is like cats smelling very different when they come back from the vet. So a bonded pair of cats can fall out when they come back from one comes back from the vet because it just smells so alien.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It happens even with cats living together for a long time. Suddenly one of the cats comes back from the clinic, and the other cat do not recognize this cat, and you have to reintroduce them as if they were aliens. So.
Yeah, because they obviously navigate the world through their sense of smell, and I think sometimes people take that for granted, like how great their sense of smell is.
Exactly. Yes. Sense are very important, and also what is not easy for cats is that since they are solitary animals, they don't have many communication skills.
Yeah,
they're not unlike dogs who are used to live in packs, so they have many communication means to get understood from each other. Cats do not have many communication skills because in the wild they don't need them. They don't really know how to express their feelings and make them understood from other cats. So this is also that something like they feel disabled when they have to live with other cats because they don't know exactly how to communicate what they would like. I mean, staying alone or getting along, or they don't know how to express their feelings. They don't have many communication skills, so that is also something that is not easy for a cat when other cats.
I guess hopefully AI will be, that'd be a positive thing to be able for us to read cats more easily, like really subtle signs that they're showing, because obviously they mask pain, which can be a massive welfare concern. And that's why it's
for example, a cat that does not feel well when another cat is close to him, that he will just show his back. The cat showing his back when another cat is close, it means I don't feel well with this cat, but it's really sexual.
Oh, well, good luck with your course. How can people find out more about you, Gaëlle?
I think my LinkedIn page.
Yeah, thanks for all you're doing to help cats.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your invitation.